first thought was when I saw it, I was like, who's this random person that's been able to get an interview with Drake?
Exactly.
Sat on the bed. But like, who is she? Like, where has she come from?
This is what I'm talking about. You just said what I just said. Obviously, you said it slightly differently. You just said. Welcome back, people. We are here with another episode. This is Boys Will Be Boys. I won't even lie to you. I actually thought about this. Right. I have no idea what episode this is, even though we've just started.
I want to say this is maybe episode 5 or 6.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
I think so. Because we did 3 at the very start, 2 or 3, and then we did 2 last session.
So this might be...
This might be like... I don't know what's the matter.
No, this might be 5. This is definitely 5. Because I know we didn't do 3.
We did introduction, we did relationship, we then did... introduction, trends, relationship. You then did your conspiracy theory. So this is 5.
Oh, okay, cool.
Episode 5.
That's how bad I am.
We're getting there. We can't do maths for the life of us. Oh, we move. How are you, man? You all right?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I've been a bit full on this week.
Same.
Out of all the weeks, yeah, I've been a bit full on. I should really have more time, but I don't think I'm making the time like for myself, if that makes sense. Like,
are you making progression though?
I don't know. Because I'm putting in a lot of work at the moment, and I'm putting in a lot of effort. Like, bro, I've been quite busy. I have to like not go gym this week. Like, I just can't fit gym in this week.
We can't do that,
and it bugs me. So yeah, I've just been doing a lot. I'm hoping as the weeks go by, there's results. That's all I'm hoping for. So fingers crossed, it goes the way it goes. But yeah, just been a bit full on. What about yourself, man?
I've been busy. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to cap. I have not planned anything for this. Anything like Kaireem has research, I'm just bouncing off because, mate, I've been so busy on my end. I changed my job. I quit my job.
Yeah, I know you're saying.
Quit my job. I've gone back to what I was doing prior. So, yeah, I ended up getting a back injury. Well, it was on the borderline of back injury. So basically, I went to a specialist and they said, like your back just can't handle it. So I was like, all right, well, I'm leaving then. So so I'm back at a different job. Absolutely, I don't love it. I enjoy it more. But it's all right. I can get more overtime in, get more money in. Obviously, helps pay for this and all this and the other. So
yeah.
But yeah, we're moving. I'm just in that grind at the moment.
Yeah. Facts,
also,
bro.
with the back injury, I've ended up getting a septic nerve issue, which is basically where, well, you'll probably know this.
I'm not
to an extent.
Yeah, to an
being
extent.
a PT and all that. Yeah. So the muscle and so where your hip is at the back, you've got like 2 bone pivots basically. So if you feel like your lower back, you've got 2 like bone points.
Yeah.
My left one has got muscle and tissue inflation over it, which is then compressing a nerve from my hip all the way through my glute down to my hamstring. So basically, where the injury has gotten so bad as such, is then put pressure on my nerve. So yeah, I wasn't really able to walk properly for about 2 weeks, limping everywhere.
Jeez.
Walking like Will Smith and like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with that like bop.
Damn. But my question is, how did you even like know, I need to go check this out? That's what like confuses me.
So I joined the job mid-November 23. So it was about a week before Christmas I started to notice I was getting like an achy back.
Okay.
So then I was like, maybe I'll just like shrug it off. And then it got to like so then I had a chiropractor appointment to see if there was anything bone related with it being lower back. So he literally seen me and was just like, he said, I'll check everything. It seems like a lot of it's muscle. So because then my mum suffers from fibromyalgia, which is basically where your whole body basically aches. It's like it's an invisible disability, I would say.
Okay.
So your whole body aches. There's no cure for it.
Oh man.
You've just got to get on with life basically, and you can have like special like fibro cream is called to like ease the pain off. You can have like injections to help ease the pain off and whatever. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, she's got a person called an osteopath. An osteopath is someone who specializes in muscle, if you didn't know. So I went to her and she was basically like, like your lower back and your glutes and your hamstring are like tight as fuck.
Okay.
So there's literally like one pinpoint on the left side on my bum, and she pushed it. I went, fuck, and she was like, yeah, it's a bit tender around there. I was like, yeah, you don't say. So I got the nerve issue. It's all right. I can actually walk in now.
Yeah.
My job that I actually now have left the the one that caused the back issue,
Yeah.
I've gone back to the previous job, which is the job I'm obviously doing now, which involves a lot of walking outside. So I think the idea of me walking is like help release the muscle to like make the leg flow a bit better with
Oh,
nerves.
mad.
So yeah, I'm slowly healing, but I can lift my right leg like that, and then my left leg's like that.
Really?
Yeah, it's
that bad?
it's that
Oh
bad.
my gosh.
I don't know if you can see it. Hang on, let's see it on camera.
I thought you were just like, I thought it'd just be like a little strain or something.
No. So like, I don't know if you can see me on camera. Probably on the wider. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
That's fine. The left one, I can only get that far.
Bro.
So yeah, it's proper done me over.
I might check myself out, man, because my body's not fantastic. And it gets me thinking like, oh, it's just, it is what it is, man. Like, you know, when you just hurt yourself.
No. Go to a chiropractor.
Damn.
Just a plug in. They're not saying, obviously, like, not promoting them or anything.
Yeah.
Cleve Chiropractor in Mangotsfield.
Okay. Oh, that's miles away.
Well,
for me,
for
that's
you,
miles away.
But if you're in the area, go to my guy Jack. He'll fucking sort you out.
Damn.
He's sick. He's
Yeah,
so
no,
good.
I need to start doing that because my shoulder's tight and all this other
Go
stuff.
to a chiropractor for bone specialist.
Yeah.
Good thing about, I don't know if it's all chiropractors. I'm guessing you got to have some sort of degree in it, but like they also do muscle as well. Whereas an osteopath is more specifically for muscle.
Yeah.
But anyway,
my bad. It was a little catch up for the beginning of the podcast.
It's all good. But apart from the lower back injury, I'm doing all right. I'm grinding.
Yeah.
Now that my leg's a bit better, I've done my first leg day at the gym yesterday. Did leg press of 120 kg.
Oh, leg press. Oh, okay.
Leg press.
I thought squat. My bad. No, that's not bad, bro.
120 kg leg squat. You mad? That'll be a broken fucking leg then.
To be fair, for what your injury is, actually, yeah, that's not bad.
120 kg. That's not including the base weight without the weights. So that's not just like the machine on its own. That's like
you put the weights on.
Yeah. So 120 kg worth of weights on top.
Yeah.
Just to clarify.
That's to be fair for your injury. That makes sense. But, I might be over exaggerating.
Yeah, I've been very busy, and today we're talking about trends.
Yeah.
For the start of this year.
Facts.
So what's been popping off?
This is what I'm saying. Exactly. I want to, because I've kind of like looked into it.
Yeah.
And styled.
To be fair, it's very early into the year. I only know one thing that's been trending, but I'll let you run it.
No, we could talk about it when the time comes.
Yeah.
But I hate saying that. I say like I'm in control. Nah.
No, you are in control. You're the co-host. I've in control. So yeah, go for it.
I've styled out the episode, but yeah, this is basically an episode of what's been going on in 2024. Because the past 2/3 months we're in, it's been a madness. There's been a lot. Now I can't comment on every single thing.
So this is the start of March, just for the record of YouTube and Spotify.
Yeah. Good shout. So we're currently in the start of March at the moment. The past 2 months have been crazy. Now I can't comment on everything, as I said. Like there's things like the Cat William and Shannon Shea. Cat William revealing a lot of stuff. I believe this was the year. Jonathan Majors was guilty and Disney dropped him. Now I think what they've decided to do now is completely get rid of Kang the Conqueror and go towards Doom. So they're trying to like now create that as a path.
Yeah, I get that.
Rumors have said.
I heard about that.
It's mad crazy. But the three things that have been popping off recently.
Yep.
That have been like, I say 3 things. I picked 3 things out of what's been going on.
Of what you could talk about.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's been happening in the past 2 months.
Okay, go for it.
So number 1 is the biggest thing I want to talk about is how is social media affecting young children today?
How long have you got? Social media. Right, okay, next.
No. Jokes. So the reason why I'm asking that question is because now I'm UK based, or we're UK based. I don't know why I'm saying I'm UK based. I don't really know the full ins and outs of what Congress is, unless you do. You can obviously expand it to me. But I guess it's similar to like a government thing aspect in the UK.
I've heard of it.
No, they had a conference with all social media CEOs. So Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, and Discord.
Okay.
So they had a little meeting in like a little courthouse kind of thing. Where they kind of blame them because there's a lot of people, if you don't know, younger generation nowadays, we're talking probably like children's like above 13 going to the age of 20, and like people like probably our similar age between 20 to 30. Like the suicidal rate for them is going up higher. They believe children's apologies, parents believe this sort of social media effect of what's happening in 2024 and what's been happening in 2023 is the reason why their children are dying today, and some of them have died today. So
based on social media.
yeah.
Right.
So Congress have come up to them, all the CEOs, and basically
Do
said,
you know the definition of Congress, by the way?
um,
So it's a formal meeting in which representatives or experts discuss important matters and make decisions.
oh, okay.
So I think you were making it like a noun, where it's actually
Oh, I see.
it's a definition of a situation.
Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense.
So it's not the Congress people that have
The
been
situation of what they did is called Congress.
correct.
Fair. That makes sense.
So it's like when it's like the PM and like Parliament and all that shit.
Yeah. Like the House. No, I was going to say the House of Lords, but the House of Commons when they have the little meeting.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah. Fair. So yeah, basically, there's some children that have died. I'm not going to name people, and I don't know the ages.
Adrian? Oh, you don't know. Sorry. Already jumped to that. Okay, so there's children. So, I'm guessing you're not talking like teenagers.
No, they're teenagers, bro. Like, I'm talking like, as I said, so like from 13 onward to the age of 20, where it's kind of like most common now, which parents are coming up and
I'd say it's more common now, yeah.
Hey, my child has died due to your social media platform. What are you going to do about it? And then
it's not really a way to deal with it,
but that's how it's coming across. You get what I'm saying?
That's a shit way of dealing with it.
And then the Congress that happened is basically stating like to these people, just hammering them. Basically, they're hammering them, going like, how are you gonna justify your actions? Are you gonna like improve what are being shown to children? I think they're promoting it as it's under 18s. I don't think it's actually over 18s. The situation, if I'm correcting myself, correct me if you do know. Is anyone under 18? So it's in how you affect, like what you're going to do to stop certain things being shown to people under 18 now, not adults, because that's the ones that have been like killing themselves.
Well, but that's
what's your thoughts on that, bro?
That's what YouTube have done. Every time you upload it, they've only introduced it within the last few years, where it says, "Is your content suitable for children?"
Yeah.
That wasn't a thing, I would say. I don't know how long it's been around, but it definitely wasn't about maybe 6-7 years ago.
I'll probably say something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a new thing as well. I think social media is such like a broad conversation in terms of like how it affects other people, and then I think it morally comes that. I mean, put it in the correct sentence. It's the moral decision of what's morally correct and acceptable versus what is morally wrong.
Yeah.
So it's the case of, even though this generation, I say this generation, that's way too broad. Generation of teenagers and younger 20-year-olds, or people who are starting to get into social media, really need to be careful of how they perceive social media.
Yeah.
So if someone is following an influencer and his influencer says, you have to, it's almost like, oh, well, if they're doing it, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And that's like the whole craze of like how it's like blown up.
Yeah.
And the more influencers that annoyingly get a really stupid spotlight, which is because nowadays like Kaireem and Speed and all those people, those are influencers that are, because they're just crazy, witty, punch chairs and punch TVs and all of this and the other. If a young kid's going to see it and they're new to socials, they're not going to know any different. So then it's the case of, parents, don't know what their kids are watching.
This is the thing. Some people are arguing that you should be aware of what your kids are doing on the internet.
There's a massive thing on a few years back of a YouTube channel of like, I don't know what it was called, but it was like a scary blue like doll monster, and it was animated, and it went crazy for like 2 months. I don't know what it's called, but it
doesn't sound familiar.
It was basically like an animation of like a really like fucked up looking blue doll with like a really squidgy like oval face with like really big teeth, and it was almost like a horror game, but is in the style of like a little kid's animation.
I've never heard of that. I don't think I've actually ever. No, I don't. I've never heard of that. I don't think.
I'll see if I can try and find it. Hang on. But yeah, like kids, like the one thing that's worse about this situation with social media and everything else going on is that parents aren't aware of what their kids watch. There needs to be more parental guidance, like what they did with like Sky. You need parental guidance to watch like basic stuff.
Yeah,
they just don't do it on TikTok because you need to be over 18 and stuff like that. People just like, oh, mum, can I like borrow your ID or like your credit card, or just when you're like on fucking PlayStation, and you're buying like an 18 plus, and you just set your date of birth to like 1990.
Yeah.
So then, like, even though you were 16, you made yourself out to be like however old it was at the time.
Do you know what I'm gonna argue with that? I kind of disagree with that. So I say
With what?
disagree.
Sorry.
The fact that you go parents are like unaware of what their children are doing on the internet because they can't like be aware or they can't know exactly what they're
I'm not
doing.
saying that they should like fully be like, right, what you doing, like this, that, and the
No,
other.
no, 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 no.
But I think it's made prominent that like parents like maybe should be more aware, but I wouldn't say like full on like strict about it.
Okay. All right, cool. That's fair. That's fair. I may have obviously said the wrong thing. The reason why I'm saying it now, this is not music. Sorry, this is not social media related, but this is music related. But it's kind of similar. It's not really similar, but it's kind of similar. Um, I went to an event. This was years ago. I went to an event for a birthday party where I performed because I used to do music.
Right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Yeah, have you ever seen this?
No, I've never
You've
seen
never
that.
seen that?
Nah.
So
you
this,
gotta, you gotta wait. You gotta crop that and actually like cropped it.
I'll find it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, add
But
it
yeah,
onto
it
the
was,
clip
yeah. Just
so people can
quickly,
see.
it was a YouTube clip that went around, massive, massive channel that blew up, and it was like talking like,
Oh,
you got a phone call.
oh, that's all right, bro. No, let's come and carry on.
Wow. Yeah, so like you know like how Pennywise is
Yeah,
in
yeah,
it
yeah,
and
yeah.
like lures kids, it speaks like that, but then looks like that.
Raw.
So that was trending obviously on YouTube. Kids have obviously seen it and just seen like trending or the latest thing, and it would be tagged as like kids algorithm. So when you're watching your Peppa Pig and your Paw Patrol, that comes up.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, this was like this isn't like a trend obviously of this year, but like
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
a trend
yeah.
of like social media and like YouTube and like kids and this and ever. And the other one that recently popped off, you must have seen that.
Oh, I've seen something like that, but that was years ago. That's not recent.
No. This is a few years back, but
Yeah, that's scaring me just looking at it.
it's the idea of kids are like you say, parents are going to these people, these influencers, and this is just an example of like parents are going up to these people who are creating it, being like, oh, why are you showing this to my son or like kid, sorry, why are you exposing my children to your content or whatever? It's like, well, no, it's not. Your kids are finding it too easy to go out their way, and then it's then causing an issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just an example.
No. I get that. That makes sense, and that's why in that Congress situation, they're going, what parameters are you going to be putting in place
Exactly
to prevent that?
Yeah.
And obviously, they've gone, we've got this, we've got this, we've got this, but they're basically saying America's still saying that's not good enough. Then it's 50-50. Some people are like, hey, as I said earlier, some people are like, hey, you should be controlling what your kids do. Like, how are you allowing your kids to be checking this stuff? Like, my children don't do that. And they're basically like, people are going, you shouldn't be putting the blame on the social media. It's you.
Yeah.
And then other people are like, for the parents are going like, yeah, social media, we agree with America. This needs to be fixed. What I was going to say earlier was when I went to that event, when I did a party event.
Yes.
This is obviously not social media related, but this is music related.
Right.
When I was at that event, obviously it was for like sounds really weird to say, but it's for like a kid's little birthday party kind of thing.
That's right.
Yeah, don't want to come across in a bad way.
Whoever takes that out of context, that's on you, right? that's on you. Anyway, continue.
So before I performed, they obviously played music, and obviously there was a DJ.
Yeah.
And then obviously the kids were like going up to the DJ. Oh, can you play this song? Can you play this song? Because obviously the host asked the DJ, can you play particular songs?
Yep.
So he has a list already.
Yeah,
but
song
the kids,
requests.
the kids came up asking for song requests.
Right.
Can you play this? Can you play this? Eventually he gives in and goes, oh, I'll play it. And bro, I couldn't tell you exactly what the songs were, but it was all this drill and like trap music, like bah, duh, 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 duh. And the kids were all screaming out loud, yeah, da da da, bah, bah. Bro, going off.
I can just imagine like 12-year-old kids just being in a group like
yeah,
Lean Bot, like Russ Millions.
Bro, going off. And then I said to the parents, I was like, oh, like, isn't this a bit like aggressive? Because obviously what they're listening to, don't you think they'd be influenced?
Yeah, that's just like drugs and guns and N-word this and N-word that.
And do you know what the parents are like? They're like, oh, it's just a little music.
Like, they ain't gonna understand.
Yeah, that's exactly what they said.
Yeah.
So basically, what the point I'm trying to make is the fact that the parents in that particular situation are aware their children listen to this, but they're not doing nothing to prevent their children from like listening to it. Now, what if that's similar to the social media? The parents might be aware of what some of their children, not all children, but some of their children are doing on social media. But they're like, don't worry, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah, it's the parents basically saying, oh, this is clearly the trend, so I'm just going to let it run.
Yeah. But this is what I'm saying.
But then this is the question for you then. Do you think that's like, So you got that music side of things. Would you say from the makeup side of things, it's very, very well? What is your opinion based on people, younger generations using social media around the idea of makeup? Because makeup is becoming a massive thing within younger generations. I mean, like if you were to walk around town or like a massive public
Yeah.
area shopping, the amount of like 15, 16-year-old girls like on their own, like 6 of them or like without a pair, the amount of makeup that they wear. And
Yeah.
it's the idea that their social media and the people that they follow, they actually think it's acceptable. Well,
Yeah.
it is acceptable because obviously that's how you feel.
Yeah.
But like, there's also that side of things is like the way that you're dressed, the way that like, you know, there's 6 of you and like 3 lads. It's kind of like, are you trying to do that to impress him? But like,
Yeah.
no, in our generation, it's like we actually prefer if you don't, obviously 18 plus, obviously, just to clarify.
Yeah, facts. Don't be manipulating words.
But the idea is under 18-year-olds are wearing. It's the light gone off. That's all right.
Okay, cool. Let's
But,
carry on.
but it's the amount of makeup that is being accepted under 18. Whereas
Yeah.
people obviously like me and you that would be going for our age range, we
Yeah.
say that the less makeup you wear is actually better than more.
It's another one when you said like social media is quite a wide topic to talk about.
Yeah.
And you're like saying you're trying to slowly narrow it down. It's same with makeup. It's quite a wide thing because that thing's always been there. What you're discussing has been there for donkey's years.
But then the age range is slowly going down for
Yeah.
how much you do of it.
Yeah, correct. So like even younger, I guess younger children are doing it more than let's say when we were a little bit younger, it'll probably happen around 16, 15-year-old. I think now it's probably kicking more into like the 13, 12-year-olds. I don't really know. I'm guessing, but all I could say is when we were.
I would say I know someone who is 16, 17 and above, and she puts makeup on and dresses as if she's 21.
That's what I'm saying, though. So you're saying it's not like 11 and 12. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was saying like it's we're used to seeing it around the 18 to 22 mark.
Yeah.
Whereas at the moment, I would say it's easily touching 15, maybe.
But when we were teens, so when we were 18, 20, it was like that. I remember it being like people in their 15s.
I wasn't around those people.
Oh, fair. I noticed it all the time, bro. I was like, what the hell's going on? But
it's weird, though.
It's getting worse. And I think social media is affecting it worse than we realize. So with my point of that, it's just worse. It's to a point now, even if guys are like, hey, you don't need to be wearing all that. Or younger guys, older people, whoever's attracted to whoever. If they're saying you don't need to wear all of that, they're too influenced by whatever's being shown to say, if you look like this is what makes you look good looking. Yeah. And because I don't have a full on understanding of that, of the mindset of what it would be like to be in that person's shoes, I can't really comment on it. But from what I'm gathering is, regardless of what you say to me, if I'm constantly turning away and looking into like my phone, TV, whatever advertisement's being shown in my face, if it's going to be makeup related, I'm going to think that's the norm.
Yeah. I think the latest trends at the moment is becoming very morally questionable on what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm not here for it, if I'm honest. I'm not here for it. I think trends are becoming too overly obsessed, especially with TikTok.
Oh, bro, TikTok
is on another level of just trends. Like, I obviously noticed the algorithm that like trends last like what, a week, maybe.
Yeah.
But like some of the stuff that comes out, I'm just like, that's a thing.
Yeah.
It's like when Danny Aaron's and his new missus, Tennessee, and they did the trend with like the random like there's like a song, and then as soon as the lyrics come up, you do like random like gun fingers.
Oh, is it? I've never heard of that. No,
have you not?
No.
So yeah, there's a trend about like there's a song that's blown up, and then the trend is that like you just do that, and then all of a sudden when the song comes out, you just do that, and that's the trend for 10 seconds. That's it. That's the trend. And Angry Ginge just watched it and was like, you know, Angry Ginge, right? And you just watched it and was like, what the fuck have I just watched? And that's the trend.
Damn.
It's just so random,
bro.
And I don't get it.
Bro, TikTok, I'm pretty sure Drake said this quote because someone told me it, and he goes, Drake said it. The saying of, he goes, you're as bad as the people on Twitter. Yeah, TikTok, bro, is becoming the new Twitter. It's disgusting.
TikTok's the new Twitter. That's interesting.
Yeah, so whatever you watch and whatever topic's on there and whatever is going on, bro, the comment section is
Oh,
disgusting.
mate, comment sections are ridiculous.
It's savage, bro. And I'm like, bro, this is almost as bad as Twitter, man. If you let it roll after a few years, bro, it'll become the new Twitter.
Mate, like Twitter comments are like another like so many celebrities have even come off Twitter because of comments.
Bro.
Like there's like death notes and everything.
It's because, bro, there's too many opinions, man. There's too many opinions.
There's no judgment. And the thing is, that's really, really a thing that I think is the whole summary of this episode is that there's no policy boundaries.
Yeah.
Policy boundaries are completely out the window.
Yeah.
And you can see anything on Twitter, and I mean see anything. You can say anything on Twitter. You can give any judgment at all. And TikTok has got boundaries because it's still fairly new as such compared to Twitter. But yeah, like you can like the amount of comments on TikTok, and like don't get me wrong, there are some funny ones. Like an example which I don't condone to or agree with. But there was one about back to the relationships, and there was a guy who interviewed a woman that was quite big, and it was something like, I don't want a guy on basic wages. He needs to be on 400k a year.
Was it two girls? Just wondering.
Yes. So
on a pair?
I think so. Yeah.
I know the video.
So it's like, I want to go with 400k. I want like a really nice restaurant. I don't want to go out for like a McDonald's. And someone commented saying, "Oh yeah, but I bet you've had 100 McDonald's already." You know the one I mean?
I know you.
It's something like that. So I saw the comments. I was like, "Raw, that's mad."
I know the video, bro.
Like some of the comments are pretty jokes. Like they're pretty like, "Oh, I don't want to be going to McDonald's." It's like clearly you've already had a fucking McDonald's for the look at you.
Yeah, bro.
I don't condone that comment. Just to clarify, but as an example,
I think that video is fake. Because, bro, if you saw the girls, no offense. Please don't take no offense. If you know what we're talking about, you know what we're talking about. But
TikTok's a madness.
If you saw the video, bro, I thought the girl was being too far. I was like, you're stretching it now. But yeah, that was the main like conversation. I kind of wanted to get on and like just get your thoughts on it. To be honest,
yeah, I think social media definitely doesn't have a policy boundary in terms of public comments, and I think parents need to be more aware of what their kids are doing on socials. I get a lot of it is privacy. So I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but I've got a half sister and she's 17 at the moment. And like I went to see her and my dad up north. And it was like it was for a birthday meal that we had. And we were talking about like trends and like what she's up to and whatever. And I even said to her like, "I love you, all right? Do as you wish. Don't change your gender. Don't follow influencers that are manipulating you." I said, "Please be purely yourself." I said, because if you're not, I'm gonna lose my shit, basically.
Yeah.
And basically, my dad and my stepmom were like, "No, don't worry. We've had a phone talking." I was like, "Hallelujah!"
Oh, okay.
I was like, "Sound alright." So I don't need to worry about it.
Yeah, cool.
So I actually like remember like seeing her like the day after she was born. So the idea of like where she is now in this generation, like. I'm kind of scared in terms of like what path she's going to go down. She knows that I'm quite close to her, and she's been reposting a lot of stuff on TikTok. I even called her up the other day and said, like, "I've seen this TikTok. Just thought I'd give you a call. Just make sure you're all right." And like she's just like completely like she's such a good individual that she had a boyfriend, and because she actually wanted to concentrate on her GCSE, she broke up with her boyfriend so she can concentrate to study. I mean that's a dub in my end.
Fair.
I think that's really mature decision to make. And I know at the end of the day, GCSEs don't determine your life and everything else, and me and you both know that.
Yeah, facts.
But yeah, she's really got her head down and getting on with it, and she's doing brilliantly. So I'm glad that I know a 17-year-old who blood related that is not taken advantage and brainwashed by social media.
I think you said something which this is going to be the hardest thing to say, but we'll finish off on this because I want to jump on to the other two ones I want to talk about.
Go for it.
But you said something that you didn't say, but you said it within the message.
Okay.
It's the openness, and what a lot of I think what a lot of things happen in like relationships with like children, teens, and with their parents. They're not as open with each other as usual. It seems like from what you described, she's quite open with you, quite open with like the family, the mum and dad, to be like discussing things like this, and where the mum and dad have had that stern conversation with her, which is comfortable to have, and you've had that. I feel like in this generation, this is just my assumption, but I feel like if you're more open, it might help with the decisions you make as the time goes on, as you grow up.
Open in what aspect?
Like just like with your life and obviously things are going on. As you said, like she reposted something on TikTok. You obviously messaged her. You said you're quite close with her. Like I know when you're young, you like to keep things hidden. Even I've done it, and you've done it yourself.
Yeah, she knows I've gone through some stuff. I don't know to what extent, but like she's aware that like I've always said to her like I don't like, even if you don't want to talk about anything like to mum and dad, obviously like stepmum to me. But like I said, like if you really don't want to like open it, like I've got no judgment. Like my inbox is always open.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I can understand how some children or like kids, teens, however you want to word it, don't want to obviously have that openness with their parents.
Correct.
I feel like if you have that openness, hey, if you want to speak to me about anything, just let me know. Anything that's on your mind that you feel like that's influencing you in the wrong way. If you just want another second opinion, if you just have those stuff, I feel like if you're younger, it can hopefully take you in a right direction. Not the direction, but hopefully in the right direction. But I feel like that might be part of the reason, not the reason, but part of the reason why most kids don't have the great or not great relationship, but how most parents are frustrated that social media might be affecting their children in some ways. I think that's just my fault.
Yeah, I think it's like
now after what you said, innit?
Yeah. I think after like I think how you're brought up and like kind of like what social circle you're brought up in is a big factor as well.
Oh yeah,
compared to like a lot of people. But I think what I've come to realize as I've gotten older and learned and gained experience is that at some stage within your life, however many times it takes to hit, but you always have some sort of like maturity reality check about something. So then it's the case of that younger generation not being brainwashed or influenced in the bad moral sense of trends and social media and everything else. It's the case of when are they going to have like a mature mentality hit of that check and be like, oh shit. So like the following year, they'll be like, actually, no, like I'm not interested in that anymore.
Yeah,
so it's the reality check of like knowing like actually that's not for me anymore.
Yeah.
But when that happens, it's completely up to you and you can follow as you wish. But one thing I would say is don't put it on anyone else. If that's your interest, you know, if that's what you want to do, then by all means carry on. But one way or another, you learn, you get your experience, and you don't know a good experience and how to benefit off it until you've gone through the bad.
Facts.
So, but yeah, there we go.
All right. Well, that's our thoughts, people, on that whole is social media influencing children in the wrong way.
Yes.
But second thing I want to talk about, because I want to at least have a maximum of 3 things to talk about with what's been going on in 2024 and the trends.
Yes.
Second thing, I might pronounce his name wrong. This Bobby Ashforth or Ashtoff. I don't know how to pronounce her name.
Okay.
But have you ever heard of her?
No.
All right, fair. So, people, if you don't know, I'm going to try to do my best to explain it. There was I would say, I wouldn't even, she's probably young. There's a girl called Bobby Ashforth. Hopefully, we can find a picture actually and put it up. If people don't know who she is.
Bobby Ashforth.
I think it's Ashhof. I don't know how to really spell her name. No, Alforth. Sorry, it's Alforth. Althof.
Alforth, American podcaster and influencer.
Yeah. So we'll drop a little picture.
I remember you talking about this earlier.
So she was famous on TikTok for doing family content. She did a lot of stuff with her children. That's what she was known for.
Yep.
Now she wasn't in the limelight of TikTok. She was just quite known.
She just came out of nowhere, didn't she?
Exactly. This is the thing I want to talk about. So she's blown up.
Yeah.
The recent thing that's been happening with her is the fact that her husband has recently divorced her. This is what's happening in 2024.
Yeah.
Her career is skyrocketing. She's getting better and better. But her husband has recently divorced her. Now, the whole concept of why people believe, this is all theoretical, no one's obviously knows the definitive answer, is the fact that she's obviously come out of nowhere, like you just said, randomly interviewed Drake, and people like Drake is like impossible to get an interview with. He's like probably one of the people that don't really tend to do interviews. Randomly came out of Drake with an interview, start doing like Little Yachty. There's a comedian she did. I think his name's called like something Mike. I can't remember on the top of my head, but she did like 3 interviews, and people start trying to cancel her because she was doing interviews with solely black people, and they thought she was like being racist.
That's too quickly to jump on that. I'm sorry, but just because like she's popping off and you get 3 black guys does not mean anything.
So that's a thing.
When he gets to the fourth, okay, maybe.
So,
but I wouldn't hate on that.
Yeah. That's a thing, bro. And then, as I mentioned, it's the fact that now her husband is divorcing her. So people think because she was doing like children content or family content, when she jumped into the situation where she's now like interviewing these big celebrities, something's been going on.
Do you mean Mark Cuban?
Let's have a look.
Mark Cuban, he's the manager for an NBL. He's the.
Let's have a look. I don't know what he looks like. I know of the name.
Hang on.
I don't know. All I know is he's a comedian.
He's not a comedian.
And his name's called Mike. Nah, there's a comedian, bro. She interviewed a comedian.
The guy from Superbad.
Nah, bro, nah. I think his name's Mike. All I know, he's a comedian. I think his name's Mike.
He's in comedies.
No, that's not him. It's a black guy, bro.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I missed that part. For fuck's sake.
Oh my God. That's the whole point of this whole racist thing that people think.
Right. Okay, my bad. Fucking hell.
All right. Oh, Jesus, man. Let me finish.
Sorry. Carry on.
All right. So, where was I? So, yeah, basically, husband's divorced her. Yeah. Now, people believe the reason why her husband's divorced her is the fact that she's obviously blown up with these celebrities, getting a bit of attention. Like these people that she's been interviewing are quite on her. There's a rumor that went around with her and Drake being a thing. And then all of a sudden, like a month after the rumor, they unfollowed each other on Instagram. And apparently that's like the be-all end-all when people unfollow each other.
No, and Drake, that's not it. That's not his type. Based on his music. No.
Yeah, you would say that, but then she asked him on the interview, like, do you think I'm your type? And he was like, I'll do it.
He ain't gonna say no though, is he? On an interview, is he? Let's be honest. Like, he's humble, isn't he?
True. But yeah, this is what I want to talk about. Do you think she's an industry plant? Because that's what people believe. She just came out of nowhere. How did she obviously none of us can answer this, but we'll talk about it. How did she get these interviews? This doesn't make any sense. And now her career is popping off. Do you think her husband divorcing her, do you think it's because of the situation? Because everyone thinks it's because of her doing what she's doing now.
Well, question, would you still say she's relevant?
So my honest opinion, I thought she wasn't anymore. So I thought it was just a hype, kind of died down. What she's been doing now is just going downhill. However, the internet says otherwise.
Internet or TikTok?
But yeah, TikTok, yeah.
Because since the Drake interview, I've then seen the Mark Cuban interview.
Yeah.
It's a really obscure though how they do the interviews. Like obviously she did the interview with Drake in the bed.
Yeah.
And then Mark Cuban's basically looking like he's in the side of a swimming pool, barefoot. They're just That's weird though.
Why does everyone keep on referencing that? I've seen that as well, barefoot. Why is it?
They just sat on the floor holding the microphone and they're just got their feet out. But it looks like they're in some sort of water hole or something. I don't know. It's weird.
I've seen a clip of it.
But yeah, I've seen those too.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say she's even relevant. From my perspective, I'm just someone who kind of just scrolls on TikTok to see what would benefit me, and then she's then just popped up.
Yeah.
I'm only glued to TikTok in a sense of business wise.
Yeah.
And motivation and mindset and all the rest of it. So then when I have seen it, it's then popped off there and then. It's got 1 million likes or whatever. But I wouldn't say I've never heard of her before. And she's is there a moral understanding of why she's then getting divorced? Or why did you say her partner broke up with her?
Yeah. So the claims is the guy, so her husband, ex-husband, filed for divorce
because she's just decided to just do elsewhere. And
this is the question. No one's saying this is the answer. Everyone's going on the theory that it's because she's been doing these interviews. She's getting more attention. He obviously doesn't like the fact of what's been happening. And he's like, this is not what I thought our family was going to be.
But then it's the question behind closed doors of how is she then reciprocating it back to him to give him more reassurance? Because he might become really insecure.
I'll give you an example. The very first interview she had so I think Drake might have been her very first interview. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it was definitely the most popular out of the interviews she'd probably done at that point. Anyway, at that point when she did that interview,
right,
she flew over to go to one place to another. She just got a plane, and she missed her first baby's birthday, or her firstborn's first-year-old birthday, when she turned 1.
Well, she took work over that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked. that's just wrong.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it was her very firstborn, and she was turning 1, and yeah, she went to go to do the interview.
But there's nothing to justify why she did it.
Nah, bro. Other than like just getting clout and like getting attention.
No,
I don't really know the reason why.
But then it might be a moral decision. It might be a morally good decision of why he's decided to have the divorce, because she can't then communicate properly. She can't be trusted anymore. She shows disloyalty. Like it could be anything.
Yeah.
So one side I don't blame him, but then we don't know what the real full answer is. Like we don't know what happened behind closed doors. We only know that she's popped off because of these interviews.
Yeah.
I don't think it helps the idea that they're all black. Like if her husband's white, I get that. If there's an ethnicity issue, I get that. All right.
Well,
I understand
that was at the time when she was doing a lot of black interviews. Now she's like, obviously, as you said, Mark Cuban. She's doing different stuff now.
Yeah. She's trying to get like down the pale scale now. She's gone from the Michael Jackson now down to the latest Michael Jackson.
Basically, man. She's doing the whole black and white thing.
But yeah, that's I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, you don't know what morally happened, but I mean, the guy's got to do what the guy's got to do, and if this is the way she's going, she's getting more income from doing that.
Oh yeah, facts.
That's the end of the day, isn't it?
But I think it's self-evident. I think she's done something, regardless of whether it's the interviews itself. From those interviews, actions have changed from her behavior, where he obviously doesn't think it's ethical or healthy enough for the marriage to continue.
So she's changed up.
No, this is what I think. So, bro, they've been together for 4 years in total.
I think it would change you up, though.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
They've been together. I don't know if they've been married for 4 years or been together as a whole for 4 years. But all I can tell you, there's been a 4-year relationship.
Yeah.
She was doing family content on TikTok. And bear in mind, she was already at a level. So it's not like she wasn't at a level.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So that was calm. Is when things start exceeding a bit more. So it could be the fact that when she did these interviews, she popped off, business was booming, and she didn't have enough time to make effort for the family, and she probably prioritized her business instead of the family. So it could have been that. Or it could have been the fact, like you said, she was in bed with Drake. You know what I mean? Like all these men, all these different type of people she's speaking to, her husband's like, nah, I'm not having you doing that. Like, you're my girl. I don't respect you being like that with other men. So it's a divorce. But 100%, I can guarantee you, is the effect of the interviews. It's the effect of how her career's been going up. And he's like, nah.
Yeah, I don't blame the situation being for what it is. I don't blame it.
Do you think she's an industry plant? Because I believe she is, man.
What, just to stem a topic, or like to make it bigger than it actually initially was?
No, to a fact that, no, to the concept of, let's pick a randomer who's quite all right, not like a nobody on TikTok or nobody on social media. Let's pick someone who's kind of relevant, chuck them in the field and do something random with it.
Who decides that?
The higher ups. Oh no, bro. The people.
Who are the higher ups?
But I don't know.
That's the first I've heard of it.
I don't know
that concept.
That she's industry plant or the higher ups?
Industry plant.
Really?
I've never heard that.
Everyone's. Well, I say everyone. TikTok, bro. TikTok is my life. If you don't know, TikTok is my life.
You might as well plug yourself while you're there.
Yeah.
Kaireem reacts.
Everyone on TikTok that I've seen is just saying she's an industry plant. It just doesn't make sense.
But then, how long does that last?
That's the question. I believe she's an experiment. I believe she's the first one of going, all right, people, let's see what this is about. Let's give it a go.
I think she's out of
Take her out. Nah, bro.
From my perspective, for someone who's like glued to TikTok for your own sake versus obviously my end of the thing, maybe it's because, I don't know, maybe because of like obviously the research you do for this and stuff like that, and like your own stuff. Maybe that's then the algorithms chucked you more material.
Yeah, of course.
But obviously. But then on my end, if I've just seen her, I'd be like, oh, shit, like someone's just interviewed Drake. Fucking hell, it's got like 2 million views. I'm gonna like it and whatever. I have not seen her since the Mark Cuban interview, and that was a good like 4 months ago, 5 months ago.
Okay,
so I haven't seen her on my algorithm for TikTok in ages. So she clearly hasn't become so relevant that she's still in my algorithm as such, because I haven't seen her since.
Okay, so after the Drake video, I'll be honest with you, after the Drake video, I stopped seeing her on my algorithm. The only time it kicked off is just recently when she got this whole divorce thing. Right. That's the only time I've seen her now on my TikTok algorithm. Right. Other than that, I didn't even know she did an interview with Mark Cuban.
So I'm guessing you searched her up on TikTok and stuff like that.
No, it appeared. You ever heard of the lady, the comment section?
Yes.
It was that video. Right. And I was like, oh, okay. Then I dived into it. Then I started looking into it and I was like, oh, okay. But I didn't know much about it.
TikTok algorithm is a madness. Because it just like, as soon as you type something in, it's just like, oh, you like all these clearly millions of videos. Have a look at these.
Yeah. But nah, she's an industry plant, bro. Fact, she's an industry plant.
If you believe that, then that's fair.
It don't look. Doesn't a question come to you when you saw the Drake one? Wait, how the hell did she get an interview with Drake? Didn't that just cross your mind?
No, I was like, well, who's this? Like, am I missing something?
What?
Yeah, my first thought was when I saw it, I was like, who's this random person that's been able to get an interview with Drake?
Exactly.
Sat on the bed, but like, who is she? Like, where has she come from?
This is what I'm talking about. You just said what I just said. Obviously, you said it slightly differently. You just said.
Sorry.
What I just said. How the hell did this random girl just come out of nowhere and have an interview with Drake? Why is she sat on a bed?
So then off camera, when you then said, oh, you know about this, you're going to talk about it, I thought, like, to me, like, she's just like a one-hit wonderer.
Nah, bro, nah.
But that's from my perspective on my algorithm.
Yeah, that's because you're not in the internet, innit? You just don't.
I'm not on the internet. What the fuck?
Not part of the internet, bro. You just sit outside.
No, I got a social life, mate. No, I'm joking. I'm busy. My algorithm is set to like literally 3 things. So the fact that I think where you've done your research and you've got your TikTok and you're aiming for like certain material to obviously help this and like just do digging anyway. I think TikTok's algorithm just chucked out.
Okay,
she's clearly done more. But from my end of being an outsider of that algorithm, she's now like irrelevant to me. Like I've seen her, I know of her. I have no clue who she is though. I still don't know who she is.
Bro, I couldn't tell you who she is. You get what I'm saying? The only reason why I know who she is because I've dug into it. You get what I'm saying?
But then it's like, how far can you go? It's like, it's completely off topic, but it's like with Britain's Got Talent, when you got like some like person who wins it, where the fuck are those winners? X Factor, you get someone who wins it, they win $250,000 and they win like a record for like a year or what. Where the fuck are they?
The only 2 people I know of, I think one is American Got Talent, is what's her name?
Leona Lewis.
Yeah, Leona Lewis. That's one. And the second one is, I think Alex Blake. I think that's his name, or Alec Blake. He's a comedian, black comedian. I won the recent like Britain's Got Talent.
Oh yeah.
That's the only 2 I can name.
But he's still popping off.
Wait, James Arthur's kind of all right. Did James Arthur won? Didn't he?
No.
Didn't he win something? Nah.
No, he came second.
Oh.
Diversity, they're popping off still.
Yeah,
they're still at Bristol Hippodrome.
Yeah, recently. Yeah,
they came second.
Is it?
Yeah, Leona Lewis won. Who came second? Alexandra Burke. She released more albums than Leona Lewis.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So from my perspective, to wrap this up.
All right.
Before there's a scrap. But no, from my end, I get the reasoning for the divorce. There's probably a lot more to it behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But from my end of being outside the algorithm, she's now irrelevant on my end.
Okay. Cool.
But all right, just to fucking clear it up. But no, I think she's obviously done more, and it's the case of like maybe she is still popping off and she is relevant. But I don't think she's a plant enough. Like I've seen a plant on TikTok. Like I'm not a massive like I don't search loads about the gym stuff. But like Sam, what's his name?
That big 19-year-old.
Yeah, Sam sucking it. No. The people will know who I'm on about. The massive gym guy called Sam.
Yeah.
And he's
like 19 or 20.
Yeah, so he's got a mic on him and he records like his reps and he's got a massive fucking hulk.
There's a lot of acne on him. Yeah?
Is that guy? Is it Sam Sinek? Is that his name?
Yeah. I swear he's got a lot of acne on him and he wears a cap all the time.
Yeah.
He's got big hair. Yeah.
So like he's popped off.
Yeah.
But because like I'm not like I don't follow him, I don't follow all his clips. Like I like a few of them because like what he says is quite like he does like a lot of motivational like one-to-one talking in his car and stuff like that. But like he's popped off, he's still relevant. And then this one video of this woman who's just interviewed Drake, I'm just like, well, where the fuck are you now?
All right, fair.
But that's just my thoughts.
Fair. Well, I think she's a plant.
Okay. Well, we'll see, won't we? Like, come summer, let's see. All right, I'll make a bet. If I see a video, no, you won't lose anything.
Okay,
just the fact that I'm right. Come June, between now and June, if I see a video of her interviewing someone, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, all right.
Promise, right?
Cool. After this conversation, to be fair, man, your phone's probably listening anyway. So
Probably.
All right.
Do not show me interviews, okay?
All right. The last thing I want to talk about, which hopefully we can make it a reasonable conversation.
Yes.
Is the biggest thing that's happened in February in 2024, which is quite relevant to how social media is and how young children or just generally relationships are being influenced. Take that back. Let me rewind it. Dating in 2024/2023, which is what it used to be, it's the perfect example and it's a perfect influence of what's messing up dating nowadays. So, third thing, have you heard about this Omole concert situation?
No.
All right, right. Oh my God.
Okay. So how does this relate to trends? You're gonna expand on this, right?
No, this is a trend. So
this is a trend.
Okay. I see what you're saying. So it's not a trend that's like a trendy thing that's been.
But it's something to be aware of that's it's becoming more and more of a thing.
Yeah.
Right,
it's not like, you know, when you go, there's a new song out and there's a dance on TikTok, there's a trend.
Yeah.
It's not like that type of trend. Or like, you know, let's say there's new shoes that have come out. People are trying to buy the new shoes.
Right,
this is the new trend.
Okay, right.
It's nothing like that.
Okay.
It's just a topic that's popped off in February.
Okay.
And it's kind of like, what the hell?
Okay,
so,
hit me with it.
There's a Nigerian artist called Omole. Now, I've never heard of this Nigerian artist. No. I couldn't even tell you the background of this artist. So,
is he an internet plant?
You idiot.
Sorry. I can't help myself.
He's a Nigerian artist.
Okay.
And there was a couple that went to go see him. Now, I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, this couple is UK based. And they went to go see him overseas. Now, that's what from what I've heard. If I'm wrong, correct me. So they went to go see him overseas. Yep. Front row. Mm-hmm. Went to go see him. Now, Omole apparently is very renowned to bringing people up on stage. And he brings the opposite sex. So he brings females.
Like a Chris Brown vibe.
Correct, yeah. Up on stage.
Yeah.
Now, this couple luckily were at the front of the stage. And Omole reached out, said to the couple, the girl, can you come on stage? So now the girl is on stage. I
can see where this is going.
This is where all hell broke loose. She broke it down for him. Obviously, him singing his song. He obviously singing the way he sung. She bent over, did a madness, whined, and did a...
Just a full disrespect package. Right. Okay.
That's not even the worst part, because that was in front of everyone. So obviously the stage is a bit deeper. So he brings her deeper to the stage, which is like, I guess, the back of the stage for him.
Right.
Audience can still see. A silhouette comes down. Light, bang, pans on the silhouette. So you can only see their shadow now.
Right.
And they're doing a madness. He's like proper like, bah, clapping cheeks, left, right.
That's disrespect on both ends, because then he should know that like, she's clearly with a bloke next to him or her.
This is the rumors, bro. This is the room. So there's a lot that's gone down. So this is the rumors. Now, if you're an artist and you're on stage, loads of people at the front, you have no idea who's with who. Yeah. People could be stood next to each other. You can't really tell if they're in a relationship. Apparently, this is rumors. I don't know if it's true or not. There was a tweet he put out saying, this is not word for word, and I know I'm not gonna do it justice. But he basically asked her, did you come with anyone? And then she said no. But he wrote, she said she confidently said no. So that's rumors. That's what he tweeted. Who knows? But the issue is, she's done a madness. I think it came out stating that she also kissed him because she like jumped on him. You can see it on the silhouette situation.
She's probably started an OnlyFans now, hasn't she?
Probably. She's done a madness. And this is what's happened after. So this is the after effect. So now, Kai Cenat, biggest streamer out there, like the biggest streamer on Twitch, saw the situation, said, I need to reach out to the girl because I want to know the girl's perspective. There's a lot of stuff going on the internet. This is happening, that's happening. I want to know the girl's perspective. Thing I forgot about as well, when that happened on stage, the camera panned, you saw the guy's face, and he just went like that. He went,
he was fucking heartbroken.
Yeah. He looked and went, bro, he couldn't believe it. Security noticed, and they pointed out. And at the end of the concert, this is another clip I saw. You see him walking away. Like this is their outside now. All her friends are like, bro, what the hell were you doing? Like you were doing
all her friends.
Yeah, the people like girls that are with her were like, what are you doing? Like, did you not see what you were doing?
So there's like a group of them that went.
From what I've gathered from the video.
Okay, right.
From what I've gathered, I know I said them two. Apologies. I know I said them two.
Okay, so there's a group of girls with them.
There was girls with her.
Right.
Because after the video, when he was walking away outside, okay, do you know what? I'll tell you what. I have no idea. I have no idea if there was a group of them, or I have no idea if it was two. All I could say to you was there was a group of girls speaking to her at the end.
There were girls questioning her actions.
They were like, what the hell are you doing? She was like, oh, it wasn't that bad. You hear it in the video when like someone's
It wasn't that bad. He's just a friend.
Yeah. So fast forward now. Kai's obviously reached out to the girl saying, I need to get your opinion on it.
Yeah.
What went down? Social media, like, it could tell lies. You know what I mean? I want to know what went down. She replied to him, because obviously he messaged her on Instagram. She replied to him basically saying that she's up for jumping on the stream with him. However, I want compensation. So she goes, I want my money for my time, basically. He's gone, compensation, laughed, gone, what the hell, hasn't agreed to it. He goes and reaches out to the guy now, and he goes, oh, can you come on my stream? Now, the guy accepted it, jumped on the stream with Kai. So now the guy and Kai are alive now. Kai rates this guy. Well, not rates this guy. He asked basically him what went down. I want to know what your opinion is. What's going on? What's the situation? Now, there's rumors basically saying they've been together for 7 to 8 years. Mm-hmm. Every girl in the comments on TikTok backing her. What is it?
What a shock.
Yeah, they've been together for that long, hasn't put a ring on it, yeah? They're like, oh my God, if he hasn't put a ring on it, I'll do the same thing.
Fucking
Crazy.
Judgment, honestly.
So obviously, we find out, Kai has a chat with him, and he goes, how long you been together for? He goes, just under a year. So they haven't been together for that long.
Yeah.
So while he goes, has the conversation, I can't believe those rumors randomly spread around that. Mm-hmm. Kai put the guy on the 20 versus 1 on his live stream, speaking to 20 different type of girls. I think they were mainly American girls.
Yeah.
He eventually finds one. Yeah. After that, this is where things get crazy. After that, I don't know what happened for it to happen, but Kai gave him 20 grand. So he sent him money in the live stream. They must have had a conversation. Kai was like, you know what? Don't worry. I'm going to send you something. So he sends him 20 grand.
Jesus.
And the next thing, his TikTok's gone over like 200K, probably higher than it. From when I last seen, over 200K. From when I last seen, his Instagram's gone over like 60K.
Blimey.
He's now got sponsorships, deals. He's in adverts, modeling. Bro, life has changed.
Yeah.
And the only update I know of the girl, she had a recent interview where she could discuss her opinions. Now, I don't know what happened in that interview. I couldn't comment on it, unfortunately. But that's as far as I know.
Fucking waffle, probably.
That's what,
bunch of fucking waffle.
That's what some people are saying. Some people in the comments, bro, TikTok is Twitter, bro. They go, she's just chatting Japanese.
Japanese. That's sick. I like that.
But yeah, I just want to know your thoughts, bro. I know I spoke a little while. My bad.
I think it's kind of self-explanatory, really. I think my opinion, I don't know if my self-explanatory explanation or thoughts on it is very male perspective, but like there's disrespect, obviously, on the woman, 100%.
Yeah.
The artist is kind of oblivious to the idea of a relationship situation. Like, he's not going to just be like, oh, have you got a boyfriend? We don't know if there was any consent asked.
Yeah.
In a sense.
I think it would have been respected if he did. In that situation, but we don't know, as you said.
But then it's then the case, is it like a Chris Brown vibe where like majority of it is women, so then you're going to get majority of people that are women are like 8 out of 10 chance single. That's then the respect. And then it's the disrespect of like, okay, you brought them up, you have a little dance to them, but then like you say, it's the grinding, it's the the video showed me just before the recording, like he fucking like was like slapping her ass and all that shit.
Yeah.
It's like, well, there's no respect there.
Yeah.
And there was a massive thing going on I don't know how long ago it was, but there was a thing that popped off maybe within the last year of I think they were it was something like a Magic Mike situation, or it was something to do with like a man stripping off with the top off, and I think it was actually like an interview in America where they go around like vox popping like women basically on a night out.
Okay.
And basically a woman got a bit handsy, wanted to like touch this guy up fully, And the guy who was getting touched up actually lost his shit, and he was like, "I did not give you consent to touch my body." Like,
wow.
like my top is off. Obviously, to get like, you're like, "Oh wow," like you like ripped the shit.
Yeah.
But then she like starts like touching his abs, like his fucking nipples and all that stuff.
Wait, rewind. He was doing a Magic Mike thing though.
So no, sorry. It was like a Magic Mike situation. So like the guy was topless, ripped the shit.
Yeah.
But I think the actual context of the video was that there was an interview done in America. You know what I've told you earlier of like guys going around asking girls like what their expectation is of a guy.
Yeah.
So my point is there's a disrespect on like what's allowed with someone that you have no clue on.
But I misheard you completely. So what was the situation like? What was he doing to have his top off?
So the guy who runs the channel had a mate who was jacked. So then the woman was then asked, "Oh, what do you think of my friend?" And he said, "Right, what do you think of it now?" He then took his top off, ripped the shit, and she then literally just was like all over his chest and his ab. And the guy who was then topless actually lost his shit and said, "I did not give you consent to touch me."
Oh, I see.
So then there was a disrespect of the woman assuming she could touch him.
Yeah.
So then the idea of then, where's then the respect that the artist should have had respect touching the woman, not knowing her situation. And then the fact that she then reciprocated it makes it even worse.
Yeah.
So it's self-explanatory. Like it's just disrespectful.
It's double standards massively from what you said. Obviously,
double standards do not exist in this world of generations. If you are in a relationship with someone and you do have double standards and you both compromise correctly, I mean, please keep it. But like compromising and just like double standards, if you don't have double standards, like if one person says this and then ends up doing it themselves or tells you, "Oh, I don't like that," but then Loki does another, mate, that's just fucked. Just like double standards is just not a thing, like properly.
But it is though. I know you say it's not a thing, but it is at the same time.
But again, said earlier, it will only get to a point of understanding and doing it unconsciously. I mean, that's a big word. Unconsciously until you hit a mentality mark in your life, knowing that like, right, I'm doing a double standard without realizing it.
Yeah.
If you get what I mean.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, there's a double standard, and in a sexualized situation within younger generations and too much of an expectation of certain things. But I think if you have a relationship that has got good double standards, you're winning.
Yeah, it's a madness. I probably think he would have asked, because I don't think he as a person would have allowed that. And obviously the girl should be like understanding that, is it comfortable for me to be doing that sort of stuff?
She was just flaunting her body like on stage, and it just like from the get-go, like I was completely oblivious, and then you showed me before we recorded this, and I'm just like, mate, that is so like, I wouldn't say the word disgusting is the right word, but like,
it's not disrespect, bro. That's what it is.
It's just pure disrespect, and it's actually like horrible to watch it.
Apparently,
you feel for the guy.
Yeah, facts. Apparently, it's quite known in his shows. I don't know. This is stuff I've heard. It's quite known in his shows where he brings people on, like Chris Brown. You said brings girls on and does a madness with them.
Just sit there, like Chris Brown. Like you sit in a chair. Sorry to cut you off, but like with the Chris Brown ones, I've seen like women being like actually respectful. Yeah, they've gone up and they've had a lap dance by Chris Brown.
Yeah.
But they're just sat there. They're enjoying it, and whatever else, and just enjoying the vibe, getting close and whatever. But you're not expecting like if the woman starts like grabbing his face and like grabbing his arms, that's when you reach the barrier.
Yeah. It's crazy, and apparently this is the maddest thing of all of it.
Right.
This girl's manipulating the situation. She's going, "He hurt me," but how does she word it?
He hurt me.
Yeah.
Oh, he hurt me like 3 years ago, and he said this on this day. So this is my revenge to him.
It was something like that. It was something like that.
Me a fucking river.
But bear in mind, they only been together for like a year. So it was something like that. And it was something on the basis of like, because of what he did previously, I felt hurt by this, so I did this. But when he went on Kai Cenat's thing and did the 20 versus 1, it hurt me. Bro, it's a madness. It's the most backwards thing I've ever heard in my life. It's a madness. But yeah, just wanted to know your thoughts on it, bro. Like, I'm glad the guys...
I'm actually getting annoyed about this conversation because it just doesn't work. It's just long.
I know because we can go back and forth with it, but I rate the guy now because everything's going up for him.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, his career.
Good for him.
His career's now changed. 2024 is going to be a good year for him.
Yeah, good shit.
I don't know the full interview that the girls had because she's had an interview after the situation.
No, allow that.
I don't know, but man, yeah, if there is a world of double standards, it's crazy. And like the video you mentioned as like an example, it's crazy that girls think that's acceptable to do and have. I don't know, man. It's mad. But yeah, just want to know your thoughts on it, bro. I've realized we have been chatting for a little minute.
Yeah, longest episode that's right. But no, it's an interesting conversation, and it kind of like it's long because it links to loads of different things that we previously talked about, like relationships and like trends and like what's good and what's bad and all the rest of it. So yeah, it was a good conversation, but like it's just we can talk about it for hours.
Yeah, facts.
But yeah, I mean, let us know in the comments what you think of it. Facts. Whether you think you're backing the man or backing the woman. Yeah, let us know. And where you stand with double standards and compromises, and if there's anything that you've ever experienced in your relationship that you've had kind of a disagreement with your partner, how do you go about it? Like, there's someone might be watching this like in a situation and they don't know how to deal with it. So like, give a bit of advice, see what has worked and what hasn't in a relationship, and just let us know.
Yeah, people, let us know in the comments also, like the previous situations about Bobby and how social media is affecting young children today.
Do you think social media is good? Yes or no in the comments.
But you can't say yes or no to that. I just don't think you could say yes or no to a question like that.
Do you think social media is being controlled in a negative manner? Yes or no?
But you can't. The point I'm trying to make, you can't say. The point I'm trying to make, you can't make it a closed question. You're gonna have to make it like an open question. People will be like,
Do you regret downloading TikTok? Yes or no? You happy?
That'll do, bro.
That'll do. Just answer one of those questions. I'll be more than happy with it. All right, just answer one of them.
But
if not, if you don't answer it, just give it a like. Sound
fair. If you're seeing this all on YouTube, peeps. But the main thing is, let us know what else is popping. It'd be nice to know what's going on in 2024 as the months roll by, or what we have missed. People, if you are watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. We're trying to reach, I guess, the aim is to reach 500 subs as fast as possible.
Yeah.
I said around June, July. I believe that's possible. So yeah, do subscribe. Hit that notification button to know when we next upload. We will upload weekly. Have we confirmed that date? Can I say the date? Not like the day, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Yes.
So we are releasing every Sunday. Can I say the time as well?
Yes.
Cool. So it's 5 p.m. I just want to confirm it. 5 p.m. Yes. UK time, if you're living in the UK. I think it's BST, British Standard Time.
It is.
If it's
or GMT.
What's that stand for?
I had it on my tongue, but I can't think what it is now. Carry
on. Yeah, subscribe. That's when we're going to be releasing once a week, Sunday, 5 p.m. BST. If it's internationally, and we have an audience internationally, I don't know the time zones. I'm not going to lie to you.
You have to work that out for yourself. Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, do subscribe. If you're also listening to this audio-wise, people, give us a like, I believe. It's like you can rate it out 1 to 5. So if you can give us the highest rate, it does help us. But that's mainly it. We will be launching social media, different platforms, Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, it'll come out, and then also we'll mention about following them, supporting them as well, but in due time. Any final things you want to say, bro?
I'm just thinking as well, by the time obviously like we're pre-recording this, by the time that this come out and there is a trend going on and you want our thoughts on it, because obviously this is like obviously pre-recorded, obviously. So like if there's any trends happening within that week or within the last 2 weeks or a month of this recording being released, let us know in the comments if you want us to talk about it.
Yeah.
And just see where our heads are with that. But other than that, hope you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, and we will see you in the new episode.
Cool. Peace.